My name is Rourke from Drinking with Dragons. You're watching Common Man Cocktails.
Welcome to Common Man Cocktails. I'm your host, Derek Sherwood. I've got with me nobody. It's just me. I'm solo. And actually, it's kind of weird because when I first started doing the show, I was always just introducing myself, even though there's a co-host here. And it was kind of weird because I wasn't used to it. Now I have to say I got with me and there's nobody here. So I got to get, not necessarily used to it, but the wife is missing. So she's not there. She's not controlling the stream. This is all just me doing everything. I'm like that guy with all the instruments playing them all at once. She has to take the kids skiing because they're in ski club, and Liam's too small to use the ski club bus, so as parents we have to do things. She just went skiing, basically. She goes skiing for half price, they go skiing in part of the club, everybody's happy, except I have to solo it. Hoping Ian was going to come, but he has things to do, so I'm going to do this myself all week, including a review. Right now I'm going to review this little thing Corey sent me. It's called Las Vegas Distillery's Nevada Whiskey. So, can you get this? I have no idea. But you know what? Some of the cool things about reviewing stuff and finding alcohols is if you could get stuff you've never had before and maybe you cannot get anywhere and you have to go there to get it, or at least in the area, it kind of makes it a little bit cooler because you get to try something for me, that I can't get, I don't think, around here. So I don't know how far they are. I don't know how new they are. I know they have a business card, and I know he's told me how all that information, but sorry, Cody. So 7 grains, distilled from grains. Obviously, it's got 7 of them. 45% alcohol by volume. This is a 50 milliliter, so it's basically a shot. I'm just gonna do it all. No. Add a little bit water to express some of that awesomeness. And people complain still in some of the older episodes, oh, you should never add water, it should just be drank straight. No, it shouldn't actually be drank straight. No, this doesn't make me less of a man. No. It's just no. Learn your chemistry. So basically, I'm allowing some of that aroma to break out because aroma has a lot of carbon, and alcohol has carbon with hydrogen on the outside. So what happens is the carbons bond together, making a shell around your aroma. So if you have like vanilla molecules and they're stuck, they're bound within that alcohol because it starts to clump together. So when you add water, it takes the hydrogen bond on the outside and helps tearing it, breaking that carbon, releasing the aroma molecules into the air, which dissipate up to your nose hole. It's all awesome. That's science, bitch. So, anyway. Whoa, that's awesome spelling. Dang. Smells like a nice sweet bourbon, and it's from Nevada, where bourbon isn't normally made. That's pretty cool. I guess if you just know how to make bourbon, it doesn't matter where you're making it. It's probably still gonna be awesome. And they just call it Nevada whiskey. Let's not call it bourbon. I don't want to get anybody upset. It's not from the area where bourbon is made. Fine, it's whiskey from Nevada. It smells awesome. It smells kind of like a Four Roses blend. That's my first dip into the alcohol for the day. So it's going to be a little hotter. If you do reviews or you want to review with us or you want to learn how to review on your own and you want to be able to tape it on your camera and post it on the internet, don't take that first sip and do a review. Wash it down. Get your mouth kind of used to the alcohol. I don't have a spit bucket, so I'm going to have to drink it. It's got nice legs. Buttery. A little bit hot. 45%. So this is room temperature, which means room temperature with room temperature water. You cannot dull the pain. This is going to give you the pain. Because it's supposed to. You have alcohol in your mouth, and without the ice to numb your senses, you're going to get a lot more heat, especially when it gets over 40%. Or did I say 40% again? Yeah, 40% or 40. Yeah, 40%. 5% over. It's there. It's a little warm, prickly, but it tastes. It's sweet. It's got nice round oaky buttery notes, vanilla bean, kind of like a more authentic vanilla flavor to it, not like a fake vanilla or any type of weird infusions. It's just very easy and it's smooth, a bit light actually. I've added a little water, but not compared to what I've added in the rest of the ingredients. It's not too weighty. It's on the lighter side. but super smooth. Like, this is pretty, if there's a badass rating, this would be up high on the badass rating. I really wish I knew where you could get it. I'll see if I could put the price below it on how much it would cost. This was, of course, since one of our fans sent it to us, you get a little plastic bottle to mess around with. But definitely follows the classic, I'm going to say, bourbon flavor. Not so much Canadian whiskey, which I find a little bit more rough, or a little, I don't know, it's a little more punch in the face. This has while it's still light, it has a nice smoothness to it, which makes it super easy that the mouth feels just very elegant, very sexy. This is kind of like straight up, you want to just drink this with like a cube of ice. Boom. Big ass cube, lots of whiskey, done. Right? And in those cases, if you're going to do that, I highly suggest going a route like this, which is, these are actually the Colossal Ice Cube trays. Yeah, we sell them. You need to have a bigger glass. This is a 3-inch glass, our wide low balls, or wide old fashioned. The reason I got the wide old fashioned was to fit this stuff in there because it's freaking huge. You could also get the King Cube trays, which are a little bit smaller, but you're still looking at a very big glass. When you pour whiskey over that ice, it dilutes slower. It's a huge brick of ice. It has less, it doesn't have those like little thin holes. And when you start to bring the holes into the ice, like the ones we have with the ice holes, you create a lot more surface area. It's going to melt a little quicker. Well, this has a lot of surface area. It's a bigger piece of ice. And if you know anything from glaciers, the bigger the ice, the harder the melt. So this is like a glacier. So if you're going to make, a drink like this, I would say you throw that in here, maybe right up to there, and let it sit on that ice for probably 2 minutes. Then take a sip. It's going to dull down the alcohol. It's going to probably bring a little more viscosity and nice smoothness to it. So there's definitely, I want to say this could be put into a cocktail. I don't know the price of it. And that usually was what judges whether to be put in a cocktail or not. Whatever. I think it's a pretty good, just straight up the way it is. Leave it alone. Sure, you could use it in a cocktail if you want to, but either way, I think you'll lose some of the awesomeness to that cool copper tone that you get to it. But do what you want with it. I would say just use like a cheaper blend, cheaper on the taste blend than this. This is like more elegant than that. But you can put it in a cocktail. Good product makes good cocktails, so there's that argument too. Whiskey sour, stuff like that. I wouldn't do that with mine because you only get a little bit around here. If you can only get one bottle or something, I savor it more. If you're in Nevada and you have like 10 of these things in your house, make all kinds of cocktails. I don't care what you do. Question of the day: what is that product that you've never had that you really wish you could get? And I know that there's people that are from Australia, Germany, the UK, Ireland, places where they have Irish whiskeys, they have stouts. There's all kind. Everybody has their own little thing, but there's some level of envy. I envy the people who can have a nice stout draft from Ireland compared to what we have. But I know plenty of people envy us for being able to have a lot of this stuff. Not just the pricing, but the accessibility. If you have to pay 2 times what I have to pay, you still have the ability to get that product. But stuff like this where you can't get it, what are you jealous that you just can't get and you really wish you could? And maybe someday you will if you just travel abroad or whatever. But write it down there. Tell us what you think. That's it. Go get yourself, or Google it, see if you can find the Las Vegas Distillery's Nevada whiskey, and I don't know where you can pick it up. Go figure it out, and then, buy it. Because it's really good. That's it. They should pay me to say that. Dang it. All right. EverydayDrinkers.com. Awesome drinks. If you need ice cube trays, you need the glass to go with it. We're done. Now I'm going to go find a use for that ice. And I got one. In the next show, we're teaching you how to drink.